we've gone through more change in the last probably 2 to 3 years than we have in probably the last decade. I think COVID has accelerated a lot of with digital transformation, work from home, etc. Coupled with that, or sitting on top of that, is also a new philosophy of work-life balance, working from home, hybrid working. How have you seen that impact the modern day seller today compared to what it used to be? And if you got any perspective on if you would adjust anything?
Great question. I've adjusted everything. I think you have to adjust.
Yeah.
It's adapt or die.
Yeah.
Just like anything else, adapt or die. And where we are now, I've never seen a noisier market because the tools are so much better. We have CRM tools that are obviously telling us who to call and when to call them. And, it's all kind of automated. Auto dialers, there are legions of cold callers out there using all kinds of AI-backed tools to do data scrapes, go find people. It's incredibly noisy. So to differentiate yourself, you absolutely have to adapt. I feel like we're kind of coming to the end of the fully automated approach because it's just too much noise. I talked to a CISO 2 weeks ago, I know personally, who said that he gets something like 7 calls they get through a day of the dozens of calls of sales reps trying to sell them something. From networking equipment, software, hardware, cybersecurity, everything. Okay. So I've seen a complete change in all of that. I think that there's a better way to approach them. I think this community aspect, that's the modern way. And in modern SaaS, we've seen a giant change in how software is delivered, where it used to be, a big purchase, big CapEx, it's migrated to SaaS over the years. Right? And now it's even further over that to that scale where there's actually less commit for the customer. The contracts are changing. And, and the way Pax8 works with MSP is very similar, where there's not a lot of commit for a lot of folks. So it's really on us to continually, essentially seek approval from our customer and justify our existence. That's changed a lot over the years. And then the new style seems to be very much built on trust and authenticity, where it used to be very much, let's make a deal. It's a long-term relationship.
And does that impact the type of salesperson or the sales skills that you're going to be looking for as you begin to build out your business today?
Definitely. I think that, like I said, it's authenticity.
Yeah.
I think you want folks to really believe in it. I feel like with salespeople, I've always believed that you work as a sales manager, you work for your employees. Sitting back and, big companies will have let's say like a CRO type, which is necessary, who reports to the board and collects numbers and everything else. But somewhere along that line, in those bigger organizations, there needs to be someone that's in the trenches with the team and really growing the team. And I find that the teams that don't do that fail. In startup, it's that much more important, where someone like myself, I'm in the trenches. I'm talking to customers. I'm working with people. I'm showing people how it's done. And I'm training new salespeople. This is how you earn their respect. It's my responsibility to make sure they get it, but it's also my responsibility to be that subject matter expert for them. So you're kind of always selling. You're selling internally and externally, but it's not a political thing. It's credibility.
When you're looking to hire a VP of sales, how do you decide whether you are hiring a strategic person to build out your sales process, plan, strategy, a tactical person to hold a bag, a sales bag, a pipeline, literally be on the phone closing deals, or a bit of a hybrid? Because they're two very, very opposite ends of the spectrum and probably parts of the brain. So I see you doing both, which is, I think you are that unicorn. But like, what is your thought on that? Because it's really, really difficult to do both of those jobs really well.
It really is. I think you need to have experience and exposure doing both to be able to mix those together. And not everybody can make that change, and that's fair. We're all made up differently. But I think especially in a growth company where growth is key and it's a very competitive market, you might have the best technology in the world, but if you're not out there promoting it, nobody really cares because it's too noisy a place. And I think you need to have that hybrid. It's difficult to find that. At the very least, sales leadership, or leadership of a company, like a CEO sitting there going, okay, I need a sales team. What do I do? I got to build this team out. I can't be the only salesperson here, because that's typical, where a lot of CEOs see it that way because they own this thing. If they can't get it in one, they can build a hybrid where it's kind of like a Moneyball thing. You kind of get if you remember the way Moneyball works, rather than trying to buy top tier players, you buy wins and runs. So if you can't find that unicorn, if you can, you're lucky. But if you can't find that unicorn, the idea is you can play a little Moneyball and everybody kind of contributes a couple of singles and doubles, and then the whole thing wins. So you make a composite of that person with a couple of bodies. One person has to be the manager, but the mandate is here's how the process works. And it becomes more of a team thing than it becomes the individual thing. Yes, I am the hybrid, but I'm huge on team. I can't wait to hire somebody to do certain things that should be spread around because we'll just be more effective for our customers.